InfoPlus for genuine information.
Namaste and welcome to today's special interview with me, Rebecca Chetri. And today we have the distinct honor of speaking with the ambassador of Norway to Nepal, TORUN DRAMDAL. Norway and Nepal share a deep bond rooted in development, cooperation, environmental sustainability, and mutual respect for human rights and democracy. We will be exploring this topic and more in our conversation today. Namaste, Your Excellency.
Namaste. Hi, welcome.
Hi. Her Excellency TORUN DRAMDAL, an accomplished diplomat from Norway. Born in 1960, she has dedicated her career to international relations and development.
This is His Majesty King Harald and Her Majesty Queen Sonja.
Oh, okay.
And I think His Majesty now is 87 years old, but still going strong.
Yeah. I can see that. And Norway is very rich in culture and heritage, isn't it, Your Excellency?
Well, I hope so, but so is Nepal.
Yes.
I'm very impressed by the cultural heritage in this country and how you preserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, you preserve temples, buildings, and also the cultural heritage, all your festivals. I think Nepal must be one of the countries
Nepal
with
is
most
very
festivals.
Rich in culture and heritage.
Very
we have
rich in culture.
A very rich ancient history
Yes,
of our
absolutely.
country. Yeah.
And the way you preserve it, I think that's very impressive.
Thank you. Your Excellency, this looks so beautiful. Where is this from?
Thank you very much. It's from Norway, and all the objects of art here in the residence are from Norway.
Oh, beautiful.
It's modern Norwegian art.
Wow. Your Excellency, these are arts, I believe, right? This looks very unique.
Yes.
Very beautiful, Your Excellency.
Yeah. Into the kitchen.
So this is the kitchen. Such a beautiful kitchen, Your Excellency.
So this is Shatra.
It looks so huge.
Yeah, it is a professional kitchen.
Okay.
And this is Shatra the cook,
Namaste.
and Lakshmi is the housekeeper. So Shatra, of course, then prepares food for dinners and receptions. And we can have up to 60, 70 people for a reception here, but then we have to hire some extra staff. And Lakshmi keeps everything in order. Yeah. So I'm very lucky to have them. And they have, Shatra has been here for many, many years.
Oh, okay.
Been 24 years.
24 years.
Yes,
wow.
Since the embassy was established
here in
Kathmandu. And Lakshmi, when did you start?
11.
Yeah, so you've also been here.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time, yeah.
Very trustworthy people.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are very lucky that this kitchen is quite huge.
Yeah, this is very huge.
So it's easy to prepare food here.
Well organized.
Yeah. this is Norwegian almond sticks, and
right.
we use almond cake a lot for when we have parties and on important occasions. So we always have this on the 17th of May, our National Day, but then we have it like it's a big cake. And then of course Norwegians drink a lot of coffee, and you have high quality coffee in Nepal. Excellent coffee. You should export more of it. I hope you will be successful in that sense.
It has a very good flavor.
I really like the Nepali coffee.
Thank you.
This is the garden, and
you have a beautiful garden.
Yeah, and this is also the embassy. So it's very convenient, you know. It takes me 30 seconds in the morning to go to work, and I'm never stuck in traffic. It's very
that's
convenient.
Wonderful. Serving as the ambassador to Nepal since 2021, she has held various significant roles within the Norwegian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. From 2019 to 2021, she was the Policy Director for Trade and Development, focusing on strengthening Norway's economic ties globally. Her journey includes a wealth of experience, including senior advisor positions in both the Department for European Affairs and International Trade, as well as the Department for Security Policy.
And here we have water.
Yeah, this looks so...
Since water is very important for Norway, hydropower has been a very important part of Norwegian development, and it's also a very important part of our cooperation with Nepal. Since Nepal has a huge potential for hydropower.
Yes, that's true. That's true. With an educational background that includes a bachelor degree in English, history and political science from the University of Oslo, Her Excellency has consistently worked at the intersection of policy and diplomacy. Is this for emergency?
Yeah, because tomorrow we're going to have a huge crisis management exercise.
Oh, all right.
Because normally we don't have this tent here, but we put it up to have it ready for tomorrow's exercise.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is the embassy.
Okay. It's beautiful. These are the books.
Nowadays, of course, most of it is on the internet. It's on the website, so we don't have that many brochures.
Beyond her official roles, she has contributed to youth advocacy and political advising, demonstrating her commitment to fostering the next generation of leaders.
Who is my PA, and I also call her
nice meeting you.
My chief of protocol. Christina, who's the deputy
Namaste. Nice meeting you.
and head of development cooperation.
Nice to meet you.
Her Excellency TORUN DRAMDAL, an inspiring figure in global diplomacy, dedicated to making a difference on the world stage. Oh, you have a beautiful office here, Excellency.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I love the flag
Yes.
over there.
Of course, the Nepali and the Norwegian flag.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Your Excellency, Namaste and hi.
Namaste, hi, or as we say in Norwegian, hi, which simply means hi.
Oh, okay. Welcome to Info Plus on Himalaya Television.
Thank you very much.
Nepal is unique and memorable in your diplomatic career because this is your first country where you took your responsibility as an ambassador. How would you like to recall your journey so far?
Well, first of all the friendly people I've met in Nepal, I've been met with so much friendliness. Then, of course, also the cultural heritage in Nepal, the diversity and the way you preserve your cultural heritage, buildings, temples, all your religious festivals, and then obviously the most magnificent mountains in the world. I will never get tired of watching the Himalayas.
And how did you find Nepal and people-to-people relation here in Nepal?
Well, I would say that's a very important part of our cooperation. Last year we celebrated 50 years of diplomatic relations, and next year we will celebrate 25 years of having a resident embassy here in Kathmandu. But just as important as the formal diplomatic ties, the formal cooperation, are grassroots cooperation, the friendship between Norwegians and Nepalese. So that's a very important part of the total picture.
It's been a long time that you are here in Nepal. What has been your favorite food? Nepali favorite food?
Momos.
Momos.
Definitely, it's momos.
Have you been to hiking or trekking here in Nepal?
I'm a bit embarrassed to say that I actually haven't, no.
Because Norway is also very rich in culture and heritage, and as we know, Norway has lots of mountains, glaciers, isn't it?
Yes, we also have mountains. We are proud of our mountains, although I must say that probably in Nepalese you would just call it a hill, because the highest peak in Norway, it's called Galdhøpiggen, and it's only 2,469 meters high. So of course it's nothing compared to the Himalayas. But it's true that many Norwegians are very fond of trekking in the mountains.
Nepal is very rich in culture and heritage. What has been your favorite festival so far here in Nepal?
Oh, it's difficult to choose because there are so many wonderful festivals here. I'm very fond of the Terai festival with all the lights and all the decorations. And just last week, I was also invited to the Indra Yatra festival.
Indra Yatra.
To see the Kumaris. It's really such an experience.
That was so wonderful to know. After having 52 years of golden relationship and 24 years of establishment of residential embassy here in Nepal, how would you like to review the journey of this relationship between Norway and Nepal in coming days, Your Excellency?
We have a strong partnership and friendship. We share many values. For instance, both Norway and Nepal are strong supporters of the United Nations. We believe in democracy and human rights. You have every reason to be proud of your constitution. We are also proud of our constitution. Our constitution is about 200 years old, whereas yours date from 2015. So I would say we have many values in common.
MAU on the establishment of a bilateral consultation mechanism between the Foreign Ministry of Nepal and Norway was signed on 4th November 2019, I believe. How do you see the progress of these from both the nations?
We believe that this dialogue is very useful and valuable. The first consultation meeting took place in Oslo in 2022, and the next round will take place here in Kathmandu. And it's an opportunity to discuss a broad agenda, all kinds of issues of mutual interest. So we value this dialogue, absolutely.
And it also seems that high priorities of Norway are on the sectors like democracy and inclusive governments, education, energy, gender equality, and also anti-corruption, I believe. How is the support and response from Nepal side in terms of execution level?
Well, everything we do here, the Norwegian priorities are of course in line with the priorities of the government of Nepal. So I would say that our cooperation works very well. And we have, as you already mentioned, the priority sectors, renewable energy, hydropower. Hydropower has been so important for economic development in Norway, and we hope that will also be the case in Nepal. You mentioned education, gender equality, good governance. So yes, we work closely with the Nepali government.
Nepal as a country is graduating to the progress of development, Your Excellency, and it leads lots of knowledge sharing and experience from developed countries like Norway, I can say. So in this outset, Norway has been offering NORAD fellowship to government of Nepal in different fields of study aiming at human resources development of Nepal. So would you like to share something on this regard, Your Excellency?
It's always a pleasure for me to meet Nepalis who are alumni from Norwegian universities, and I meet many people in key positions here in Nepal. Now, for the past few years, we do not offer these scholarships anymore. We have university cooperation, but it's more of an institutional cooperation between Norwegian universities and Nepali universities.
Norway is a very famous country for international students, and its education system is world famous, I believe. So, and for small countries of just about 5 million people, Norway has already achieved respectable positions in university ranking in few years. So as Nepalese students are be going abroad for the further studies, how do you think we can portray Norway in a better way for international students? And would you like to share something about the education opportunities for Nepalese students in Norway?
Well, all international students would be welcome in Norway, but as in most countries, they would have to pay for tuition and they would have to cover their own living costs. But if they are able to do that, they are certainly welcome, and there's a website called Study in Norway. But the Norwegian government does not offer any individual scholarships anymore. Okay. The only possibility is as part of this institutional cooperation between Norwegian universities and Nepali universities. For instance, we have studies in hydropower in Trondheim, and we have a close cooperation with Kathmandu University when it comes to hydropower and renewable energy.
How have you seen the practice of press freedom in Nepal, Your Excellency?
My impression is that press freedom is good in Nepal. Nepal ranks higher than many other countries, and of course press freedom, media freedom is such an essential part of democracy, to have a free discussion and have freedom of speech. So my impression is that Nepal is doing well.
How do you see the prospects of Nepal in terms of the approach to developed country in multidisciplinary sectors?
Challenges are complex, so we work for instance, we have projects called Energy for Food Security. We have climate smart education, so we try to have synergies from different sectors, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah?
Your Excellency, Nepal is in the middle of China and India. However, it seems that country hasn't been able to take fast speed of development. So what's your observation on this regard?
Well, I would say that there's been a lot of progress in Nepal, also in economic terms, because the poverty rate has decreased. Back in 2011, it was at 25%, and in 2023, down to 3.5%. So that's an impressive economic development, and those numbers tells a story about many families, men, women and children, who have a better living standard today than they had 10 years ago. So I would say a lot has happened.
So, Your Excellency, what do you think we can learn from Norway for better development in coming days?
All countries have to develop from its own, its own specific context and its own history. One important feature of Norwegian society is trust. Trust between people, and people trust the government, and people trust important institutions like judiciary, for instance. So trust between people is very important. Nepal has its specific history and culture, but I would again emphasize trust between people and trust in institutions. I think that would be my key word, trust.
What has been the most rewarding aspects during your tenure here in Nepal? And are there any personal stories you would like to share with us?
Again, I'm meeting people, the people of Nepal, not least young people, young girls with ambitions who want to have an education and they want to have a career. I think it's very rewarding talking to young people of Nepal. And then, of course, traveling around the country, it's an amazing experience. For instance, going to Janakpur, the famous temple in Janakpur, going to Lumbini, Lord Buddha's birthplace, the Maya Devi temple, and then watching the Himalayas. There are so many rewarding experiences here in Nepal, and it's such a privilege being Norway's ambassador to Nepal, since we have a very friendly partnership.
Norway is known for its natural beauty. And how do you think Nepal and Norway can collaborate together to boost tourism in the country and promote each other as a travel destination in coming years?
I hope to see many more Norwegian tourists coming to Nepal. Before the pandemic, approximately 3,000 Norwegian tourists used to visit Nepal every year. We are not at that level yet, but it is increasing. So I hope, because tourists, first of all, I want Norwegians to come to Nepal and discover the beauty of this country, and also it would mean income for Nepal.
So, Your Excellency, given Norway's strong stance on environment issue, how is the embassy working with Nepal to address climate change and promote sustainable development?
We work very, very closely with ICIMOD, the International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, since climate change is already here. The glaciers are melting in the Himalayas. and it could have devastating consequences for people living downstream, and there are so many people downstream. So climate change is a shared priority between Norway and Nepal, and I would also like to commend the government of Nepal for raising awareness about the mountain agenda. It also helped, of course, that the UN Secretary General was here last year, and before the COP meeting, the climate summit, and I believe it's really important, the job that Nepal is doing in raising awareness about the climate change in the Himalayas.
Norway plays an active role in global peacekeeping. How do you see Nepal's contribution to UN peacekeeping missions, and how can Norway and Nepal collaborate further in promoting global peacekeeping together?
I am so impressed by Nepal's contribution to UN peace operations. As far as I know, you are the #1 when it comes to contributing police and military personnel to UN peace operations, and that is so impressive and so important. And right now, both Nepal and Norway, we are also members of the UN Peacebuilding Commission, which is an important arena for discussing how to promote peace.
So, Your Excellency, how would you describe the current state of diplomatic relationship between Norway and Nepal, and what are the initiatives you have taken to strengthen the ties between two nations together?
I am very pleased that we have had high-level visits from Norway. Last year, the Minister of International Development visited Nepal, and just 1.5 weeks ago, we had the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and Defense from the Norwegian Parliament visiting their sister committee in the Nepali Parliament, the Committee on Foreign Relations and Tourism. And I was told that this was actually the first visit of a whole committee visiting their sister committee, because I believe that parliamentary contacts are also very important. So that's something for me as an ambassador. I'm very happy that we can have this kind of exchange.
What are your primary roles as an ambassador which you would like to remember here in Nepal, and what legacy would you like to leave behind?
That we keep our continued strong partnership between Norway and Nepal, and that we achieve results together. We try to assist Nepal in achieving progress, achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And I would say there has been remarkable progress in Nepal if you're looking back, let's say, 30 years, from absolute monarchy, the armed conflict, peace, and a democratic constitution, peaceful elections, peaceful transfer of power. So, I mean, there's, well, a remarkable journey in Nepal. And I must say, I've been here for 3 years. I will have to leave next summer because 4 years is my tenure. And I will be so sorry to leave. It will be terrible to leave Nepal.
Thank you so much for loving our country, Nepal. And what message would you like to give to the viewers, Your Excellency, finally?
Just to say that Norway is a friend of Nepal. I'm sure we will keep on having a close relationship and partnership.
Thank you so much for your time, Your Excellency. It's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much for coming here.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste, Dhanyabad.
And hi.
Hi, Dhanyabad.
Info Plus for genuine information.
Thank you, Your Excellency TORUN DRAMDAL, for sharing your insight and shedding lights on the long-standing partnership between Norway and Nepal. Your words have certainly given us a deeper understanding of how our nation can continue to grow together. We wish you success in your ongoing efforts, and we look forward to seeing the positive impact of Norway's collaboration with Nepal in years to come. Thank you once again for joining us, and to our viewers, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more interviews and discussion. Until next time, namaste.
Info Plus for genuine information.